What's up, it's Cinema Shogun here, and by now I'm sure all of you have heard the allegations that were made against Jared Lysick from Adventures with Purpose. Well, now Jared's sister has been on social media for the last few days pleading with Jared's wife to come forward with information about Jared. Let's just go ahead and dive into this one post. Kristen, it's time to speak out. Take him for everything and enjoy your life. Nobody is coming to save you. Get up. Be your own hero. Now, we of course don't know for sure, for a 100% fact, what Jared's wife knows. And we don't know if Jared's wife has had something done to her. I mean, Jared also has 2 daughters. I don't want to dive too far into speculation land, but just use your imagination. Now, it seems to me as if Jared's sister has insinuated multiple times that Jared has other victims. And she has also insinuated that maybe something has happened to someone within Jared's family that he created, meaning something may have happened between him and his wife or his kids. There's been a lot of insinuations out there. Let's just say that. But you know, I find it weird that we are about 2 weeks into the story. I believe this story broke, like 12-ish days ago. Yet we are still sitting here debating over who knew and who didn't know. You know what I mean? Like 2 weeks in to this story. And the main thing everyone still seems to be concerned about is who knew about Jared and who did not know about Jared. Now, I talked about this for, over a half a dozen videos. I have laid out evidence. I have laid out information. I have laid out everything for you all so you could form your own opinion. But it's my opinion that if you still think that no one knew about Jared, or no one knew that Jared had some type of scandal going on, then maybe you are just gullible and naive. Honestly, I don't think there is a single person on this planet who doesn't have a bias towards AWP that would sit here and tell you that, oh, there's no way nobody knew. When there was so many moves happening behind the scenes, there was so many weird, interesting business decisions happening with AWP. Jared took himself from the forefront, put himself in the background. There are so many things that should tell you that, yeah, everyone had to know that something was going on. Did they know about the details? Maybe not, but they knew that something was going on. And if you think otherwise, then like I said, maybe you just have your head buried in the sand, or you just refuse to believe anything negative about the good old folks over at AWP who have been exploiting families for financial gain for years now. But you know, when it comes to Jared's wife, it's one of those situations that reminds me of like a TV show. I forgot what it's called, like Married to a Monster or something like that. Because, you know, it happens quite often where people are married to people who they don't know. Oftentimes, people get married to people who they think they know, but they don't know. And I swear, I can't remember the name of this TV show. I think it's Married to a Monster or something like that. You all need to check it out because there's these crazy stories about people who will marry someone and won't even know that they're a serial killer, or that they're in the mob, or they're a secret CIA agent. There's all these crazy things that happen sometimes behind the scenes in a marriage, and the other spouse has no clue that it's happening. Now, from what we've been told, Kristen knew about Jared, period. In fact, from what we've been told, Jared's wife was present while Jared told his cousin's mom about what he did to his cousin. So it's one of those situations where we've already basically been told that she knew. So I don't necessarily think we need to have this debate over whether she knew or not. I think we need to approach it from the standpoint of, oh, yeah, she did know. Because it looks like she knew. We have people telling us she knew. And I find it hard to believe that she wouldn't know. You know, it's easy for someone to cover up their own personal doings and their own shady past. But Jared belongs to this family, a long line of what I call cousin fuckers, a long line of people who have made it normal to have incest within the family. Like, from what Jared said in his email, in his admission email, it was normalized in this family for family members to have sex with each other. It was normalized in this family for men in this family to force themselves on the younger women in this family. So this is very much like a generational curse. This is very much a weird family dynamic that I would find hard to believe that his wife wouldn't have noticed. So what Jared's sister is doing here, she's pleading for his wife to come forward, because from the way she makes it seem as if Jared's wife, or maybe their kids, have fallen victim to Jared too. Now, is this woman under Jared's spell? Does she find it hard to break away? Does he have some type of psychological control on her? Very well possible. But also, maybe she's just okay with it. I don't know her background. I do know a little bit about Jared's background. If she came from a similar background as Jared, then maybe she doesn't see anything wrong with a lot of this weird stuff. Also, maybe she feels comfortable financially, so she doesn't want to leave the nest. But also, I have to say this. If this woman knew about Jared, if this woman knew that Jared was R-wording young family members growing up, and she still made the conscious decision to lay down with Jared and to produce kids with Jared, then in my opinion, lock her ass up too. I don't care. I do not care. When you sit down and you make the conscious decision to reproduce with someone that you know is a monster, when you make the decision to reproduce with someone that you know had a history of preying on young girls, then what are you doing other than bringing more possible victims to the world? You gave birth to 2 daughters. And if you knew when you laid down with Jared and you conceived those kids, when you pushed those kids out of the hospital, if you knew in the back of your mind that Jared was this monster that had done horrible things to young women, who had ruined young women's lives, then you are just as much of a monster in my eyes. There is no excuse for that in my eyes. But we see it happen quite often these days. And I find that extremely weird. There are billions upon billions of people on this planet. You know, there are plenty of people to choose from. You can have kids with someone who never R-worded their own cousin and sister. You know what I mean? Like, out of everyone in the world, you choose to reproduce with the cousin fucker. Not only are you putting your kids' health at risk, because who knows what's going on in that gene pool and with that DNA, but you're putting them at risk of becoming future victims. You did not give birth to children. You gave birth to prey. And your husband is the predator. Now, I've looked at Jared's social media account. I've seen some pictures of his daughters that he has taken that makes me feel a little weird, especially after what we know now. But I don't want to dive into all of that. You know, I don't know. I just wish that people would think twice before reproducing with someone. I don't understand why you would bring lives into the world with someone that you know did these horrible things. You have to know in the back of your mind that this could happen to your kid. But I want to know from you all. What do you all think Jared's wife knows? Do you think she knows everything? Do you think she's totally in the dark? Do you think that she's in a hard place right now? Why do you think she won't leave? Let me know all of your thoughts down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.